This is RTV6 News at Noon, working for you.
It is in our faith that we find our strength. And I will call upon that strength for at least another week.
While much of Indiana is slowly rebounding and reopening from the COVID-19 pandemic, Indianapolis is holding off a little bit longer, and that includes a ban on large gatherings at churches for at least one more Sunday. Good afternoon, I'm Lauren Casey. Mayor Joe Hogsett ended what some brief confusion was over exactly when Indianapolis and Marion County would start efforts to rebound from the pandemic. His announcement will also impact houses of worship. Hogsett confirming that his order for the city and the county runs at least through the end of next week, May 15th. Last week, Governor Holcomb seemed to suggest that Marion County could allow some businesses to open as soon as next Monday, May 11th. He says business owners should be getting ready now to reopen safely. But he also says the size of Indianapolis means that the city has to hunker down a little longer.
While living in a large, vibrant city is something we all enjoy, for right now, it means we must exercise caution to avoid a resurgence in the rate of infection.
Last week, Governor Holcomb announcing that across most of Indiana, churches would again be allowed to have in-person services with no limits on attendance. But Mayor Hogsett says in Marion County, churches will not be exempt this Sunday from the stay-at-home order. RTV6 had already heard from several predominantly African-American churches whose leaders had already decided to cancel the services for at least one more week.
In light of the disproportionate impact of, the coronavirus on the Black community, the vast majority of pastors felt like it was in the best interest of our community not for Black churches to open up until the first part of June through August.
The mayor says he and the city's medical team will decide next week whether numbers are improving enough to allow the stay-at-home order to expire after the 15th. As of today, Marion County has almost 1/3 of the state's total coronavirus cases and more than 1/4 of the state's total deaths. Here's the latest numbers. These are provided by the state health department. The number of new positive tests was up from yesterday, with 862 added to Indiana's total. 51 new deaths were also reported over the past 24 hours, bringing the state to more than 1,260. We'll have those numbers for you when Governor Holcomb holds his daily briefing. You can watch that right here at 2:30 this afternoon on RTV6. It is time now for a check of our forecast on this Wednesday. Todd, I can see that sunshine helps a lot this time of year with making it feel a lot warmer outside. What can we expect as people head out for their lunch hour?
Yeah, it was in the 30s this morning in many locations, Lauren. It got chilly, and we'll be back down with those cool temperatures in the morning once again as we get into the next few days. But it's the afternoon temperatures that have been getting better. 48 right now in Crawfordsville, 49 in Greenfield, but 53 is the current temperature as you make your way up into the metro area. And Bloomington sitting at 54 degrees. And you're right, the sunshine just helps everything. Some high thin clouds showing up there in Bloomington, but that is just about it for the day today. And we'll continue to enjoy this sunshine throughout the remainder of the day as the clouds have moved out. There'll be some fair weather clouds at times, but at least we will remain completely dry. And this afternoon through tomorrow is a pretty decent stretch of weather. It's probably about the best 36-hour stretch of weather that we'll have in a while across the area as cooler temperatures come back in, as well as some rain on Friday. So take advantage of the sunshine today. High temperatures will level off right around the 60-degree mark, and then once the sun sets at 8:45 this evening, we'll cool off into the 40s very quickly. Keep that in mind if you're taking that walk through the neighborhood after dinner. We'll talk more about that extended forecast, including Mother's Day, Lauren, coming up in just a few minutes.
Todd, thank you. Well, Indiana is one of 38 states that are slowly trying to rebound back to business as usual. Some critics say that some states are going too fast, with coronavirus cases and deaths still on the rise across most of the country. ABC's Zachary Keish has more.
The Lone Star State, Texas, opening its economy further, despite an increase of nearly 2,000 new COVID-19 cases statewide in the last 24 hours. Governor Greg Abbott giving the green light to barbershops, salons, and other personal services to reopen this weekend.
There's no law that says you have to stay in. You do what's best for you, what's best for your family.
The governor says he is confident that the hospitals can handle the pandemic.
Texas is fully capable of being able to manage the healthcare needs of everybody who contracts COVID-19.
But there is concern by some as more people head to places like the beach. This in Galveston last weekend. In Illinois, the state reporting Tuesday its highest one-day fatality count since the start of the pandemic, with 176 fatalities. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker announced the state will reopen region by region and could take months.
There's so much pressure for us to get back to that normal, but the truth is that we're still in a significant war with an enemy.
However, the number of cases in the epicenter, New York State, is trending down. But this graph from the New York Times shows if you exclude cases in New York, the rest of the country is trending up. As for a vaccine, at the University of Maryland School of Medicine, pharmaceutical company Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech officially launched human trials in the United States. On Monday, David Rock, a 26-year-old microbiology PhD student, was the very first person to be injected.
Because this is a phase 1 trial, it is double-blinded and randomized. So I'm not actually sure on my end, like if I got one of the vaccine candidates or if I had a placebo. So we're employing all the normal safety precautions.
More than 100 vaccines are currently being studied worldwide. At least 8 of those have already been approved for human studies, a process that typically takes years. Zachary Quiche, ABC News, New York.
Through this midday, police are asking for your help to locate a 14-year-old girl who's gone missing for more than a week. Maya Ellington was last seen Thursday, April 26th. She is 5'4" inches tall, that is, weighs around 98 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes. Police say she's believed to be in extreme danger and in need of medication. If you have any information on where she might be, you can call the Crime Stoppers number on your screen. That is 317-262-TIPS. Police are still looking for the driver of a vehicle who ran from this scene after crashing his SUV into 2 homes. The SUV was northbound on Keystone Avenue near 13th Street when it rear-ended another vehicle around 7 o'clock this morning. The SUV ran off the road, hit these 2 houses, and police said the driver then got out and ran away. No one inside the homes was hurt in this crash, and the driver of the car that was rear-ended is also okay. Some women who are looking to buy beauty products from them online, but then the company didn't fulfill their orders. Next, a warning about a company that got a failing grade from the Better Business Bureau. Todd.
And we have the sunshine back into the forecast. That is the good news, Lauren. The bad news is we remain very chilly all across not only central Indiana, but much of the Midwest with temperatures in the 50s. A slight warm-up is heading our way. We'll talk about that coming up in your Storm Team 6 forecast. You're watching the news at noon right here on RTV6.
All new Goldberg's ABC Tonight.
Well, they claim to be selling beauty products, but some of the customers say that they're getting more headaches than anything when they try to order from them. Tim Maniscalco with the Better Business Bureau has more on this website you should watch out for.
Yeah, this is a warning to consumers. There's a website out there called Beauty Brands, and they are selling, cosmetics and other beauty products. And we have gotten a number of complaints on this business. They seem to revolve around shipping and delivering of the products. This company is based out of Alabama, and it is really all over the United States that BBB has received complaints about this particular company. Once again, you pay your money, and it seems like people never get their products, or they're very, very late. I think the company is new and they're growing, so they do have some growth problems and are not really able to fulfill a lot of the orders and things like that. But just be very, very careful with this company at this point until they get some of their problems worked out. Once again, it's an online company called Beauty Brands. So they've got an F rating. So we're just telling people to be careful before doing business with this particular company at this point.
Some good advice there from Tim Maniscalco with the Better Business Bureau. You can find more money-saving tips at the Better Business Bureau's website, bbb.org. A lot of kids could still use an extra friend or mentor while they have to be stuck at home. So next, how Big Brothers Big Sisters is trying to give more children a close relationship while we continue social distancing. And here's a live look right now from our Weather Now camera over central Indiana. You can see blue, clear skies up ahead. We'll check in with Todd Clausen and see what we can expect for the rest of the day's forecast and look ahead to the rest of the week. You're watching the news at noon right here on RTV6.
8:50, 50:54.
Well, with schools in Indiana shut down early, it means a lot of kids need help and attention. RTV6's Stephanie Wade is joining us with a program that's helping families across central Indiana rebound on the path to recovery.
The core of our mission, the core of our work is all in, human relationships and connecting people together.
And a global pandemic isn't going to stop big brothers, big sisters of central Indiana from doing just that.
And that is just as relevant now as maybe more so now, in this moment.
Though they've had to get creative.
Got it. All right. Hey, see, you got to ask the kids how to work this technology. Yeah. Thanks, man.
I told him Caleb seemed like a smart kid.
The organization is still pairing little brothers and sisters with their big mentors.
It was, I think, went well.
Big brother Jim Stalick and his little Caleb were just matched virtually.
Seems like a really sharp kid, and just looking forward to it, and he's got a great mom, and she's excited about it also. They've been waiting for almost a year for a match.
Together, the pair, Caleb's mom and a match specialist, held a match introduction through Zoom. How they're pairing all of their matches now.
And it's not ideal, it's not a replacement necessarily for a face-to-face sit-down meeting, but it's better than nothing.
A lot of kids have waited already for a long time to be matched, and if we have the opportunity to get them connected to their big, even now, even in different times, even in a different way, it's going to make a difference.
Right now, there are hundreds of kids waiting for a big of their own. The need for volunteers is the highest it's ever been, serving kids ages 8 to 18 living in Marion, Hamilton, and Johnson counties.
Everyone's doing their best, but the impact on children is something that that might be overlooked if we're not mindful about keeping it in the forefront, because kids are experiencing this in many of the similar ways that adults are, and maybe sometimes more.
If you've ever been interested in becoming a big, it's never been easier to learn about the program. You can take an info session right here from the comfort of your couch. Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Stephanie, thank you. Well, so far the program has provided nearly 25,000 kids with positive adult role models. Big Brothers Big Sisters also kicked off a week-long virtual fundraiser. It's called Play for Kids' Sake. You can register for the virtual events like trivia and bingo while making a donation to the program by visiting bebigforkids.org/play. It is time now for a check of our forecast. Todd Clausen is standing by from home. And Todd, I know it's a little bit cooler today, but I am looking forward to going home after this and maybe stepping outside after all the rain and kind of yucky weather we had yesterday.
Yeah, the sunshine helps everything always, right? And we have that today, and we'll have it tomorrow. And with the sunshine, you notice what happens to the temperatures. We see this spike. Today, we're up to right around 60 degrees. Tomorrow, we're close to 70 degrees, and that's our average high, only for those temperatures to drop again on Friday. And that's because more clouds and more rain moves into the picture, and then we'll slowly rebound into the weekend. But let's enjoy today. Here is the sunshine that you can see as you look across the skyline in Bloomington there and the campus of IU. There's some clouds off in the distance, just a few fair weather clouds, and that is just about it. Temperatures this afternoon now climbing into the 40s and 50s, 53 in Indy, 54 in Martinsville as well as Terre Haute. 51 is the current temperature up in the Peru area. And we'll all keep the sunshine today, and high temperatures will eventually top off right around 60 degrees across the area. So that's about 10 degrees below normal, and there's a little bit of a breeze out there. You'll definitely, I think, want to have the jacket if you're going to be out and about. But overall, it's a much better day than what we had yesterday, which Lauren alluded to with the clouds and the rain that was around. So all that rain has moved off towards the east. That storm system, though, is pulling down these below normal temperatures across the area. And this evening, once the sun starts to set, these temperatures will cool off pretty quickly back down into the 40s. So keep that in mind if you are going to be out for that walk later on this evening. Tomorrow's another good day to take advantage of the warmth and the sunshine. Highs get back up into the mid-60s across the area, with skies going from mostly sunny to partly cloudy across the area. And then we'll work our way into Friday morning. And this is when rain returns to the forecast. It probably develops overnight. It's with us off and on throughout the day on Friday. Maybe even mixing with a few snow flurries. Can't rule that out, but no accumulation would be expected. But here we will be going in to the second weekend of May, talking about the chance of some snowflakes across the area. And once we get to Saturday morning, I want to alert you to this. A freeze warning is likely across the area as temperatures get down to right around freezing in the metro area, but in the 20s in the outlying areas. So it's going to be very, very cold Saturday morning. We do rebound to temperatures in the mid to upper 50s in the afternoon with sunshine. Then as we get into Sunday on Mother's Day, 60 degrees. Most of the day is dry. We'll have about a 30% chance of a few spotty storms sneaking into the forecast as we get into the afternoon hours, but definitely not a washout. Still cool Monday and Tuesday, but finally, Lauren, I think the middle of next week is the time frame we'll have to target for this weather pattern to kind of flip and get us back into what we should see this time of year in May with temperatures in the 70s.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Well, did you know there's an oasis right in the middle of central Indiana? But instead of sand and palm trees, here you'll find burgers and fries. RTV6's Brad Brown takes us to a Hendricks County diner with some old school charm.
As the traffic rolls by on US 40, the traditions of the Great American Diner live on at the Oasis in Plainfield.
Everyone sort of has their own memories of the diner from way back when maybe they were a kid, they first ate here. Everyone kind of remembers it from a different decade, and that's why we try to highlight different decades that the diner's been around so people can have that different connection.
The original Oasis Diner opened in 1954, sat a few miles down Highway 40 for 60 years before they moved to the current location. The seats inside the diner will be empty for just a little while longer, but the Oasis old school charm is just as good to go.
Delivery and carry out was not a big part of our business, so we kind of had to make a quick adjustment to that. We've had a lot of support from the community wanting to help us through this time.
The Oasis menu is full of diner favorites, from big breakfast to lunch and dinner specials.
Obviously, we serve a lot of comfort food here, so people are excited to still have their favorites here at the diner. Our tenderloin's our most popular item, so people can't live without the tenderloin, so they got to have that.
And the desserts? Yes, there are desserts.
We're right here by all the trails, and people like to walk here and eat here, and they can't do that right now, so they're excited to get back to that.
Did we mention the desserts?
The outpouring of support from our community, from our regulars, has been really, it's been nice. It's been neat to see.
Doug says cherry pie has been their best-selling dessert over the past few weeks. The Oasis also has its own line of handcrafted sodas, root beer, cream soda, and other flavors. You can get those in growlers to go. Doug says they're putting together a plan to get customers back in the dining room, but he's most looking forward to having people back on the Oasis patio. Those seats will be in high demand as the weather warms up this spring. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
Brad, thank you. Well, RTV6 and the Indy Chamber of Commerce have joined together to help protect Indiana businesses. You can find out more about the Chamber's Buy Indy effort on our website, theindychannel.com/open. Stick around. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back. Hasbro has introduced its Baby Yoda themed Monopoly set. The popular character from the Mandalorian series on Disney Plus is technically called the Child, but he's commonly known as Baby Yoda. Hasbro introduced the board game on May the 4th, Star Wars Day, of course. Regular Monopoly features game pieces like the classic top hat and the wheelbarrow, but in this version you get to choose from 4 adorable versions of Baby Yoda in different poses. All right, pretty interesting. Whenever I play Monopoly, Todd, I'm usually the wheelbarrow or the thimble. I feel like everybody has their thing that they are when they play that game.
Yeah, their go-to. I was always the wheelbarrow as well when I played, and then the games would get so long and I get all distracted, but that's another story. All right, outside right now we are dealing with sunshine. Temperatures stay right around 60 degrees, 65 degrees, your high temperature as we work our way into the day tomorrow. Should be a nice day. Rain returns on Friday. Saturday morning is very cold. The daytime is dry with temperatures in the 50s and sunshine, and then a few scattered storms in the forecast, Lauren, for our Mother's Day forecast with a high right around 60 degrees.
All right, Todd, thanks so much, and thank you for making choice for news. We hope you come back here, join us for the news at 5. Have a great afternoon.